Hello, everyone, and thank you so much for joining me. My name is Steve Martinez, and I am the founder and CEO of SignStampDeliver, LLC, Mortgage Document Closings and Solutions Group. And I couldn't be more excited than to be with you here today, and I've really anticipated this moment because I have been wanting to do this since this time last year, so January of 2020, and we have finally arrived on the shores of 2021, and I'm just so excited because it means new things, new relationships, more business, more scaling, and just an overall around growing of character and a growing of self in lessons that we're going to learn in 2021. And I've learned a lot of lessons in 2020, and it's those lessons that have brought me to this place where I'm at now in the first week of January in this new year. And I'm excited to discuss that with you. And I'm really excited to launch this series, Journal Entry with SignStampSteve. This is going to be time with me personally, how it is that I've gotten to this place, who I am as a person. I'm going to be very vulnerable with you because running a business is not easy, and people make it out to be, rainbows and butterflies, and it's not always the case. Sometimes it's really tough. Sometimes I'm down. Sometimes, me and my wife have disagreements because there's a lot at stake here, and that's okay. Listen, guys, that is okay. There is a lot at stake. There's a lot of pressure, and that is okay. Be one who can take, the yoke and carry it well and finish the race. And so we're here with this new series to kind of be open. I want to share with you my industry. I want to share with you who I am as a person. I want to share with you my goals and aspirations in life and running a business and what it is that I do, my mission, my vision. It's all going to be laid out here with Journal Entry. And I am excited to take you guys with me. I hope that I can encourage other notary signing agents. I hope that I can encourage, prospecting signing agents and really anybody who wants to do anything in life. I think this is the channel for you. So with that being said, to just talk a little bit about myself, to introduce myself to you. Again, I'm Steve. I live in Southern Orange County. I have a beautiful wife. I have two twin boys. We got pregnant and married very young. So we got pregnant at 20. We also got married at 20, but before, the boys are born. And so that has kind of put us in a weird place in life where we are the only people in our friend group who have kids, who are married, and are going on really 5 years of marriage with kids. We're living in Southern Orange County, which means that is there's big financial strains. And it's one of the reasons that I've set out and I'm so inspired to start a business is because it is tough to live in California. It is almost like you have to have not two incomes, right? Me and my wife used to work. Well, I work full-time now, I guess, as a signing agent, but we had two full-time incomes through regular W-2 jobs. And it is like we almost needed a third income. I mean, seriously. You need so much money to move out of the paycheck to paycheck scale and move into kind of like the thriving and rather than surviving in life kind of thing. And, it's just what it is. And I've grown up in poverty my entire life. And from a very early on in mine and my wife's relationship, I decided that I wanted to be the guy. I wanted to be the father and the husband that I should be, who I'm called to be. In providing for my family, substantial and hopefully guys, and I'm a big entrepreneur. I love business, and there's a lot of business ideas I have and pieces that are hopefully going to come together in 2021, but generational income, right? Income that's going to bless my kids and their kids, and that might happen, that might not. That's okay. 2021 is really the starting place for us. And so I have determined that is who I want to be. And that's going to be tough, and that's going to come with trials and tribulations, and that's okay. Again, that is hopefully the biggest message that I can tell you today, because I know we're all coming out of COVID, and some of us have been the less fortunate. Some of us haven't been so blessed, and as much as I'd love to say I'm not one of those people, this last year has been really hard. I took from February to November a 9-month hiatus. I didn't do any signings. I was working on the business here and there. I got the website up and stuff, but I lost a substantial amount of income. I have been doing this business for the last almost 2 years and have set out to be one of the best in Orange County, one of the best in California. I really have been nailing the book and have understood and have really devoted myself to the mortgage industry. I wanted to be a real estate agent beforehand, so I went through the whole testing and everything like that, read the books, and just decided that that's not what I wanted to do. And I cut the line pretty short, and I decided it's just not the time, right? I have 2 young kids. There's no way. So the apple didn't fall far from the tree. I'm still involved in the mortgage industry in a different capacity. I'm serving as a member of the public, directly involved with mortgage transactions, so real estate transactions, refinances, HELOCs, reverse mortgages, standard conventional loans, FHAs, VAs, the whole bunch of it. So I'm here, I'm in this place, and again, 2020 was not the easiest year. I decided I wanted to run my business June, July, and make my way out of my corporate job that I'd been in for the last 8 months or so. And it just didn't work out that way. And finances are kind of on the low, and I just really needed breakthrough. So I devoted myself to staying in the corporate job that I was, working for a law firm, doing signings for them as well, which is nice, very small stuff, but more or less serving the capacity of an operations manager and eventually the assistant COO. So I worked my way up this corporate ladder because I knew that signings was just not the way to do it. I was scared. My kid has asthma. My wife has asthma. I had asthma in the past. We didn't know enough data and science about COVID, etc. So I thought, okay, so I don't know when I'm going to be able to do signings. It might be some time. I really have to focus on this job as much as I don't want to and as much as I want to leave in June. Took that 9-month hiatus starting in February, decided I need to work my way up this corporate ladder, and I did a great job. And I think life and life circumstances led me to staying. I learned a lot about how to deal with executives, how to work for executives. I'm talking executives, like very successful people, which is something I haven't been around and haven't been introduced to in my life as a kid, again, who grew up in poverty. I learned a lot about myself, the kind of crap I could deal with, right? Running an entire operation with 75 plus employees, hiring more than half of the staff, working and directing operations that would successfully bring in more income for 2020. We were luckily in a business that thrived, right? We worked in the credit industry. Before that, I worked 4 years in the banking industry. Even as a young, guy, I really wanted, again, I set myself out to be one of the people who didn't just say that they loved their family, but really wanted to show it by blessing them with whatever I could, with using all my strength to do that. So I worked my way up this corporate ladder, and it was sometime October where I decided that I no longer wanted to work for somebody else's future. And at this point, we know enough about COVID and we know enough about the data that's out there, how we can stay safe, who it impacts mostly, how I can stay safe, how I can keep the signers safe, etc. And I decided, again, I made that mental switch and I said that I'm benefiting their pockets. It's just realistic here. I'm benefiting their pockets, and I'm taking my boss keeps a dime and I take a penny, kind of thing. And I decided I am no longer benefiting someone else's future, and I'm going to start working towards my own. And it didn't matter what the circumstances of 2020 were. I said, oh, shoot, I haven't done signings for the last 9 months. Am I really going to do this? I had those thoughts. But the difference between having thoughts and acting on thoughts is entirely different. And when I chose to act on was the possibility for a better future. And so I said, yes, I had those thoughts. I didn't know how it was going to work out, and I hadn't done signings for the last 9 months, though I, consider myself an expert. But I chose to act on the possibility. And so I started relearning, and I started retaking information, and I got my commission, and I became an LLC with the intention of making sure that by 2021, I would have propped myself up to be successful, to be a full-time signing agent or signing service, and to be self-employed. And so November, December were really big months for me because I needed to fully supplement my income to make sure that I could, in making that decision, that I could supplement my bills, my payments, and all of that with the money that I made November, December, because a 30-day, sometimes 45-day escrow, that's typically how it works. So you get paid out 30 days after. Again, stuff I'll discuss later on in other journal entries. But those are big months for me. And I had to drive, and I was working a full-time job and doing 2 to 3 signings after work. And it was draining and it was so tiring, but I knew that it was worth it. And I made about 1.7K, 1.5K for those 2 months. So 2 separate months, 1.7K, 1.5K. And it was enough for me to show my wife that it was possible. And that was on top of all of the other signings that I had missed because I was working a full-time job. And so in a mutual agreement, because that's important, you have to, communicate everything with your spouse. It's extremely important to have a successful marriage, frankly. We decided that it was time come January. Here we are, first week of January 2021, and I am a full-time notary signing agent with my own signing service, self-employed. And that is something that no one in my family can say. No one is a self-employed business owner. I am so proud to say that as a young Hispanic male who grew up in poverty and had to work his way up these ladders and these different circumstances in life, and say my past or my previous circumstances were not going to determine who I am now or what my future held. It's up for me to determine my own destiny and to work for what I want. And so I'm so excited to just say that, just to be on this video and say, this is who I am now. This is what I'm doing. And I amount my success to my work and my drive. And I would say that 2021 should be a really good year. And we have new things on the launch. We're partnering with amazing people that are going to put us aside from just being the standard mortgage document closers, right? Kind of the motto for us is mortgage document closings and solutions. We want to better line our partners or our, direct extensions pockets, I guess. I want to make them more money. I want to make them more successful. I want them to have better relationships because of my work and my line of, and my duty of servicing them. And so that's the goal of 2021. We're making extremely great connections, both in the credit industry, with real estate professionals, mortgage professionals, etc. And I could not be more excited. So that is a little bit about who I am. Journal entry is going to cover everything from my industry, what I do on a day-to-day basis, how I can encourage other notary signing agents, what are the best tools and tricks and tips and research and materials that I can offer to make you successful in 2021. But I also just want to show, I also just want to show that if you set goals that are not too crazy, right? Because if they're too crazy and you have these super incredible, vast resolutions, likely you're going to bum yourself out. Set small goals. I have goals for the first quarter of this year to make $5,000, and the second quarter to make $7,000, the third quarter to make $10,000, and throughout the whole year, hopefully make $100,000 a year. That is my goal. And I'm talking about $5,000 for the month, $7,000 for the second month, $10,000 for the third month. I might have butchered that, but I have goals, and I don't think they're far-fetched. I think that I can achieve them. I have people that I'm accountable to make sure that I can achieve them. I'm accountable to my wife. I'm accountable to my friends, my amazing partners who are also involved in my business directly, people that I'm bringing on to be employees or independent contractors. I mean, there is just so much in the works, and I'm excited. I'm basically bursting to make sure that I can share this all with you guys. I really feel like I have a wealth of information, even as a young gentleman myself, but I'm a professional, and I'm here to announce that I am a business owner. I am a, young Hispanic in California, living in Southern Orange County, one of the most expensive places to live, and that I am going to be successful in 2021. I'm putting it out there. And as I've said many times, I'm just so excited, and I want to bring you guys on this journey with me. Welcome to Journal Entry with SignStampSteve. Learn my industry. I'll teach it to you. I'll show it to you, and I just hope that you can be a part of it. So if you like what you're hearing thus far, please make sure to like and hit the bell notification to be notified whenever I post a video, and if it's a live video, whenever I go live. Those are all free things that you can do to help me. So follow, make sure to hit that bell notification. I hope to see you guys soon. I'll be posting hopefully 2 to 3 times a week if possible. because this is my life now. I'm a business owner. I want to meet you guys. I want to talk to you guys. I want to share with you all that I know and all that I'm encountering in 2021. So wishing you all the success in 2021. I hope to see you soon. Thank you so much for watching this video, and welcome to the family.